And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as Humanity First. We're picking up after we scored one kill against the aliens in space, and now we're about to attempt to acquire our test subject.
Ready to go.
So actually, you're the better one to do the capture, right? Oof. No, we need more intel. We need more intel or not to be apparently in Russia. Russia is too good for it.
Initiating surveillance.
Standing by for orders.
Mission difficulty is 8. Security is 17. Aliens captured or killed is doing a little bit, and I think this is Alien Xenophore is the 6. I thought it's the support from the thing or whatever. I think it's just 6 for being an alien. Although it might be just 6 for being an alien. But yeah. Like, that's... I think we had better chance earlier. So we need to surveil the alien a little bit more.
Initiating surveillance.
At your service. Gear up.
Almost at 80. 80 will be able to take Chief Sociologist and get another 10% bonus to Social Science. And there's a bunch of really useful early game social science techs, so. We haven't necessarily been doing them yet. Those have all been the ones that give control points. Some have been popping up recently, or mostly social science. Although, in a way, we're about to enter mid-game, so a bunch of useful mid-game techs is another way to describe it. Depends on what order you've been doing the techs.
We've got some intel on our target.
Surveillance complete.
We've moved the needle.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Administration node. We'll be wanting those at some point. They grant control points in low Earth orbit. This is what we need now. Or fast track launch of replacement satellites to maintain communications. We've got the boost, so we just ignore this problem. Space protocol trained to operate independently. Yeah, we
Target destroyed.
We just fixed the problem. But before, we could have eaten it as well. 20% missing control wouldn't have been an issue. Probably argument your persuasion. You are a persuasion counselor. I may at some point want to be able to, you know, turn some counselors. Stake for all. Not like we don't need the adamant on you. You're capped at 25, but +1 investigate for 2 stars is not too bad, especially when you're providing one of those 2 stars. Oh, I forgot to check what the probability of catching the alien was.
Surveillance complete.
I have
There
new
goes all those
information.
xenology labs going online. It's gonna have a lot harder time trying to hide from us.
Together, we're stronger. Apart, we're weaker, yeah? Sounds great on paper, love. But the trouble is, there's always some bloke with a loud voice who wants to keep us apart, and a whole lot of someone else's bankrolling him. Commander Fiona Ayawade, personal correspondence.
So, Unity movement got completed by Project Exodus. They replaced it with advanced superconductors, which probably need at some point, so there's no point in complaining about that. Even though we would probably prefer to have the choice. Required for nuclear fusion methodologies, required for high-temperature superconductors, requires for supercapacitors, requires superconducting magnets. I suspect one of those is probably required for advanced railguns.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
The people will come to our side.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Skunk Works, we'll be wanting that. That'll unlock the 3rd project slot, wherever we build it. Probably want to build it out by Mars. Another alien warship has arrived. That was in one to put one into Earth. So there's now a new alien on Earth landing in Cameroon. I suspect that is probably a second wave alien. So he'll have bonuses against trying to get rid of him.
I'm here.
Detain Counselor. We're working with a base of 10. I think that's as much intel as we can get on the target realistically.
At your service.
Either way, I've got 21 intel to work with, so we're going to start with that base of 10. We're going to crank it as high as we can, which is 60%.
Grab them.
And we're going to make sure that the detainer is protected. In case the worst were to happen.
The VIP.
Shipyard should be done soon. We can work on improving our shipyards. Although we're currently building out of the Earth ones, so I should wait for the Earth ones to be upgraded. The Martian one can be upgraded. Going for nanotube stuff wouldn't be a terrible idea. This would save us a lot of weight on our radiators. Actually, this wouldn't save us a lot of weight on the radiators because the ones we're using are about the same. They're like 155 tons per gigawatt. However, the ones we're using use nobles, so this would make them far cheaper, effectively. Wouldn't save us any weight, would make them cheaper. And then nanotube armor. Yeah, I think that's the 2 things we want to do. Probably in that order. Radiators and then the armor. Okay, I think this would make sense if we were going for low vulnerability, but it's not actually a weight savings. It's in fact quite heavy. So, I'll actually hide that one. This one.
On guard.
Person of interest surveilled.
The moment of truth.
Dichotomy.
Moment of truth says nay. It's 67% on a 60 roll.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We've moved the needle.
Now the question is, will he still be there for the next attempt? Or has the alien put 2 and 2 together and realized he'd be detected? Not sure. Well, let's try. You protect him.
I'll keep them safe.
You follow up on
Ready for my mission.
the... Nope, the alien's already gone. The alien's like, nah, I'm out of here, man.
Initiating surveillance.
What's the op?
Acknowledged.
Eyes up.
So that's the low Earth orbit core now being operational, so we can now refuel at this dock, and now we have access to these xenology labs, which is a bunch of detection capacity. So it should make it much easier to track these aliens down.
Initiating recon.
Initiating recon.
Nope. Initiative has stolen our admin org.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We're winning their hearts.
Some of the Tier
and
2
minds.
labs are going to start popping up. United Arab League. Republic of Congo. Okay, so the alien is here. Gas core 3, we'll want that.
Here's what we found.
Choose a card, now blow on it. Perfect. Then tap my hand 3 times. Wonderful. And just like that, the card floats away. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, home video of his daughter's 3rd birthday.
Okay, Advanced Superconductor is complete. Protectorate was the one who completed. They went for Great Nations next. That's fine.
Reporting in.
There's a hard to detect person in Republic of Congo. Almost like that might be an alien.
We'll see what they're up to.
Ready. Ready for orders.
Yeah, I'm thinking the other one did a much better job at sticking low. I think this is a
Eyes
human,
on target.
not a alien, but we'll surveil him anyway. Firm assignments, let some time pass. If this is in fact, this
Got some
probably,
intel
yeah.
on our target.
Alpha 12 is probably a second waiver, so going to be much harder to kill.
We
Well,
have got
much
some
harder to
intel
capture.
on our target.
And that's a member of the Protectorate. Not who we really want to be following.
We've moved the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Alien detected, yep.
Recon complete.
Traits, second wave, +3 espionage, +3 security. This alien appears to be part of the second wave of infiltrators and more skilled at evading detection than its predecessors. And he's brought a couple batches of shock troops with him. There's the radiator. We'll follow up on the armor, and then probably follow up with the power plant. Oh, I should probably upgrade my space dock facility. Yep, that should be good. That'll even be positive 15 power, which is more than we need. Cool.
What's the op?
Okay, so you're tracking him.
Where to?
The make an arrest is starting at a base of 2. Currently we have 1 intel on him, so we get another 4 from intel, which would be the equivalent of jumping from 2 to 6. This is not going to be easy. We do need to take one in alive. This is the one we know about, so this is the one we're going to attempt to take in alive. in the moment, we're going to obviously continue investigating him.
Investigating target. Your orders? On the way to the target site.
And then part of that will be trying to get probably the investigate up on these guys. Like another +4 would not be a bad thing to help for this sort of mission. Ship launched. Join 6, and 6 will join 7, and then 7. So how much fuel if I burn straight to 4? 1.1, and then we're gonna have to share the fuel. If I go instead to the low Earth gas station, it's 1.7 to get down there, but it should be a little bit faster. We can refuel there, and it'll be less to come over the other one. So let's try that. It's down there, refuels. Want to rally with Foxtrot 4. We want to spend as little fuel as possible. We're not in a rush. That'll save us enough fuel that we can probably refuel, get them together. So, join with 4. Share propellant. I screwed up, and these are different generations ships, so they don't have the same fuel. They don't have the same fuel. Okay. Okay. Foxtrot 8, go back to base. Medium Earth orbit. Go up there and refuel. In the meantime, I need some ships. It's not the rifle class, it's these guys. Those are the new ones. This may be an argument that the new ones are the ones we should probably be running anyway, because they're just better. But yeah, we'll grab some of the old ones. Slap those in the low Earth orbit province. And try that again. Rinse and repeat.
I have new information.
Surveillance complete.
The people will come to our side.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We found something.
So there's a couple different ways I can get buffs here. We ideally probably want over 60%. Well, we were hitting 60% on the previous one, so we're probably not going to get there. Would like to have higher numbers, odds of success. Do I have the ones that do depth? So that's a +1, I believe. Might actually be a +2. Yeah, maximum effort. Maybe don't have the better ones right now. There's a couple of those ones that do maximize effort. Right, so that's mission success. Maximum effort, directed focus. Okay, so we don't have white collar animation or accelerado. So that's the only one's going to be available, although that's still, it's only like +2, +1 or +2. I forget exactly how many doublings it lets us do. And we can put that in after patrol vessels. What are we up to on detain the poor alien? 6%. Crank that to 37%. We've got maximum intel on the target, so that's what we're getting. Yeah, that's what we're gonna
Eyes on
get.
target.
So
Where do you
we'll
need
take
me?
that swing.
Defending
We've got the same
VIP.
odds to succeed now
Where
as we
to?
did to fail before. And we failed before, so it's not impossible for us to succeed. Although much more likely the alien figures out that we're up to
Reporting
something while we fail.
On the way to the target site.
On guard.
We've got some intel on our target.
Target in a secure location.
We had worse odds to capture it, but we caught it this time. It is impossible to describe the sensation of gazing upon a creature from another world with one's own eyes. No words could adequately explain how uncanny it feels to see something move and draw breath and turn its own unquestionably alien eyes upon us.
Mission accomplished, Colonel. We're face to face with the enemy.
We have completed the Capture a Live Hydra objective. I had to supervise this one personally. A lot of the boys did not like the idea of keeping this thing in one piece. 2 of them tried to bring machine guns, just in case. It was just as well we had those anatomy briefings. The info was good, but the thing still got within 5 meters before we could finally brought it down. I was worried we've done too much damage, but the thing's already regenerating. First time I've been glad that these things are so hard to kill. The chief xenologist says that it should be conscious within 24 hours. Now we need to figure out how to interrogate it once it wakes up. Here we go, roll a 29 out of 28. Uniform Alpha's 12 is in captivity.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Here's what we've found.
We can speculate about where these bloody things came from until the cows come home. But right now, all that matters is whether or not we've got something that can put a bullet square between whatever the hell they call eyes. Commander Fiona Iwade, Secure Correspondence.
Okay. So, they completed railguns, replaced the militarization of space, Resistance did. And that comment sounds like a very Hans Castile comment. Not coming from Hans Castile this time, though. Militarization of space we do want because, yeah, we probably want the repair bay. We want some marine assault units. This is how we get more stuff in space without having to, shoot it too much. Send in the Marines, after all. It works, most of the time. We'll slow down nanotube armor, speed up patrol vessels, mostly work on our own projects. Although we are slowly feeding small amounts, I say small amounts, almost 3,000 on the advanced atomic manipulation, but feeding science into the globals, but not really focusing globals right now. Okay, you back to public campaigning in Romania.
I will try to sway the public.
You
Standing
follow
by
up
for orders.
in Brazil.
Headed there now.
Ready to go.
Do I do unifications? Ready for unification with Germany. I'm probably ready for Federation. Okay, so we're going to set national policy in the EU.
On my way to the capital.
Standing
The
by.
last 2. Otherwise,
On
we're
my
doing
way to the
paragraphs and
capital.
stuff. Fulfills objective, communicate live with a captured Hydra. Rail cannon, yes. Also need the rail
What the
banner.
doctor means is that he has convinced atoms to emulate a Spartan phalanx, just as those ancient warriors locked their shields together to protect one another. These atoms combine into unbreakable armor. Colonel Hans Castillo, touring a classified R&D facility in Tierra del Fuego.
Quantum computing. Okay, so this is one we may actually want control over, because as soon as we're done with quantum computing, we'd really like to have quantum encryption. Of course, We can't have quantum cushion as soon as it's done because self-repairing software hasn't completed, so we may have some bad events. We'll find out. There's patrol vessels. At the moment, I don't really need the tech or the language. I did really want to get to the point where we hadn't an alien captured, though. So now we can kill them with impunity and not have to worry about it. Oh, I should work up the targeting computer line so we don't get jammed as badly. Oh, and hydroponics bay. Hydroponics bay first. And that's lower priority. Oh, thinking about it, we can go to ship designer. We still have that transit set up. That's sort of the transit window we're looking for. This time to transit it with monitors. So, light bulb, gas core 2. At some point we'll research gas core 3, which will be even better. Nanotube. We have magazines now. Gonna need to leave one open magazine slot for the targeting computer. We're gonna want a 40mm autocannon on these to defend them. Defense mode. Then Artemis torpedo bays. No nose weapon as of yet. Silicon carbide armor. Yeah, we're getting a ship that is fast enough. .4 hours to go from our dockyard to sort of station we want to defend, which is fast enough on 2.5 kps. We could run more kps, although unless I'm going to be sending from a higher orbit, we don't need to. So I'll run the 2.5 because it'll be enough for the moment. I may want the higher KPS when we're running more armor. That's a good way to think about it. This is sort of minimalist armor because we're still running the silicon carbide. When we get Nano 2, this whole thing gets sort of slightly redesigned. We might not even build that because it might be redesigned before we get to it.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Policy direction complete.
Policy direction complete.
So we'll get those federates done. Build the unification of Germany next. Reports of possible alien abductions in the Budapest region. Okay, so there is an alien in the EU, which is not a safe place for an alien to be.
On Overwatch.
Ready for orders. We'll recon the site.
Okay, confirm assignments, let time pass.
Setting a watch.
Fight your petty wars if you must, so long as you do not interfere with the great exodus.
They want to give me something I don't really care about. They want to share intelligence. We can get away with that. It's not groundbreaking. We got you assigned to a character. We got you assigned to a character. Definitely not that one. Okay, so that's not their interest, so we'll take that because we didn't really want it. I can do without the rocketry one. We got enough mission control that losing 5% investment in it's not the end of the world. Although I don't really want to do the metal, and then don't really want their money. Actually, if I put that on there, can I bribe you with some influence? No. No amount of influence will work. Maybe some metal will, though. Never mind. There we go. That was from the intelligence sharing, probably.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The people will come to our side.
Hydroponics bay has been researched. Water purification technique. Oh, I should have said that as a favorite. Oh, let's Skunkworks next? Yeah, Skunkworks next. We're gonna need at least one Skunkworks so we can get the third slot.
Mission complete.
Here's what we found.
Nordic Federation. Don't need to research that. Because I control the EU, and I'd probably just merge all into the EU.
Ready.
I think that is probably the alien.
Eyes on target.
Ready to go. We'll see what we can find.
Where do you need me?
Although I suppose the other one we might be thinking, reminding... That might also be the alien. We probably do want to get the alien in, you know, the EU
Tracking
first.
target.
But we'll try to track both of them. Augment. Admin. Oh, and you've picked up enough while we've been off busy doing other things. Pick that up. You can't get to 25 admin, that's as good as you're gonna get. So let's just pick more investigate up on you then. Okay.
Mission is a no-go.
Mission is a no-go, so either that council doesn't exist anymore,
I have new
or
information.
it was the alien and it went to ground, thinking it was detected. Although we found Alpha 4. Alpha 4
We've
is
moved
a
the
small
needle.
number, meaning it's probably still a member of the first wave.
We've
And the members of
moved
the first
needle.
wave are not the best at hiding. Complete construction of the shipyard. Okay. So we now have shipbuilding capacity at Mars again. Let's actually make use of some of that Martian shipbuilding capacity. Start cranking out some of these Liberator class monitors for defense of Mars.
found something.
I'm here.
Ready for my mission.
Standing by for orders.
1% base, get it up to 10%. Spending just raw ops, because we don't have any intel on it yet. Okay. Yeah, I think the one in the EU has tried to go to round. It's probably succeeded for the moment. And will line up with the data that I'm seeing. But we get decent purge success chance just by investing influence, so we'll go after that target.
Power.
What's the op? We're going in.
Standing by.
I'm here. What's the op?
What's the op?
Okay, confirm assignments, let time pass.
We have got some intel on our target. Public sentiment
At some point, we want to do one of the battery techs so we can get battery farms.
The people will come to
Not
our
a major
side.
rush otherwise.
By the numbers.
Our people have taken control.
Taking our first point in Romania. Of course, the mission control is already built there.
At your service.
Tane is base of 3. Get up to 22. One a little bit better odds than that. I thought I would go for the kill. Still one better odds than that. Intel is going to help either way.
Targeting the opposition.
Your orders? Heading to the LZ.
Okay, confirm assignments. Let time pass. These are ships launching. Join 10. Oh, I put one in the wrong station. That's what's going on there. Okay, so fly, obviously, to the other station. Two 2.8 hours or 2.6 hours. Take the 2.8 hours. And join 11. Now, this group should be able to go join Foxtrot 4. If they save as much fuel as possible, have enough fuel for them to get back to base. Yep, enough fuel to get back to base. And now we have Foxtrot 4 with 5 ships ready for action, pretty much in Earth orbit. We'll take it up to the higher orbit, so we get a bit better window of strike. My question: who's here? Echo 1, Echo 2. So Exodus is the only one in Earth orbit besides me. There is currently no aliens, and appears to be no aliens on the way inbound. We may literally control the inner system. between me and my friends. I suppose is a good way to go about doing it. And at this point, Echo 4 and 8, they technically have different fuel types and different payloads. Actually, this is something I can do. Let's ship class. This class. Upgrade this class. I can't upgrade the drive. I can upgrade the weapons. And swap to the torpedoes. Oh, I could probably upgrade the radiator as well. And the power plant? Although the power plant upgrade's not going to make a big difference. Yeah. And this is a valid refit, so we can basically retrofit the old into sort of the new. The armor won't be upgraded, the engine won't be upgraded, but for what we need right now, we don't need that. Ship construction, refit dock ship. 36-day refit in these dockyards. So 72 days, those will be upgraded, and we'll be running the modern torpedoes.
Surveillance complete.
Oh, here comes some aliens. They'll be arriving June of next year. We'll have some rude awakening.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
The LZ is secure.
Erratic leader behavior. Okay. Determine the aliens are now able to infiltrate. Will look from the outside like a purge mission by the servants. Okay. I'm trying to do that in Korea.
Our associates are now in charge. Acknowledged. Removing our enemies.
Acknowledged. Let's see what we can see.
Okay, that's nanotube armor. Pull it up with the power plant, and then probably do grid drive, so we've got something to go. Preparation for, say, doing outpost kits. Yeah, something combo with the outpost kits. Construction module on either the surface of the body or in space. So yeah, fission platform, and then once the construction module is done, that can colonize the asteroid below it. Yeah, first, yeah, because we just did armor. I think it's the this one. Do this first. It's not a rush. I'm actually more interested in getting this skunk works done sooner. I'll have to bump something off of Mars, probably to make it effective skunk works. Although we're probably at the point where I should just start claiming a bit more of Earth. Earth orbit.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
And effectively
Public
build more
opinion is
science.
moving in
Our science has
direction.
actually been declining, although this is the distribution bonus is going down. That's what's been happening. We've been stacking on top of things that duplicate. That's not super great. Or also getting a bonus on gas core.
Recon complete.
Because we've got no energy labs.
We are in control.
We are in control. Okay. So, orbitals. I basically want everything that I can just pick up. So we can basically pick up 8 low Earth orbital 2 spots. I honestly see no reason not to do that right now, so we'll just grab all 8 spots. And yeah, we can launch them from Earth. They'll be done in 60 days. Cancel 8 of them. So Habs, Earth, just to simplify the list for us. Pop in here. These are mostly for interface bonuses right now. I might be a little greedy and toss in the odd Skunkworks later, but right now this is going to be interface bonuses. So, space dock, we're going to want at least one for refueling purposes. Solar array is the way we're going to go with power. Do I do hydroponic space? I really should. I will do 1 hydroponic space. We should really upgrade it to a farm rather than build a second one. It's a good way to think about that. With that, we should start going through the labs one by one. We can only do climate here. We've got 9 spots. So we can't quite max out the environment bonus on this one hab. And we've got, what, I think we've got 8 different types of labs is what we've got. Climate, energy, info, life, materials, military, social, space, Xeno. Okay, so there's 9 types. However, we already got the Xeno on one of the habs already, so I think we're good to the Xeno. So each of these can just be one type of lab built, sort of as much as we can power it off of the local stuff. So we'll make this one be climate. Okay. That's the existing one. That's the medium one, which is our shipyard. Which at some point we should take the opportunity to upgrade, but at the moment it's fine as is. Ah, I did forget one thing. We've got no defense on here. We'll fix that later. We have no defense because we don't have research to defense. So, if it's not an option to put on it, we're not going to worry about it for the moment. So, solar array, ship defense yard, done climate. Next would be energy. Energy is pretty energy intensive. We'll want 1 hydroponics as well. Then energy, energy, energy. Solar. Energy, 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 energy. Dock. Solar. Hydro. Done energy. We haven't done info. So this one's going to be, next one's going to be info. Solar. Info. One, dock, solar, hydro, life for welfare. And this is partially to maximize the interface bonuses. This will also provide a sort of a smorgasbord of percentile bonuses. So when it comes to Mars, we can focus instead on flat science is what I'm going to focus on. Flat science per resource. So a lot of them we're going to just redesign on Mars, probably into whatever is cheapest. Although we'll probably also slide a bunch of skunkworks over there as well. Space dock, solar array, hydro. We just did life, so this one's going to be materials. Next one. Space dock, solar, hydro. Just did materials, so it's military. Dock, solar, hydro. Just did military, so this is social science. We'll just leave the last space open because to put anything else productive, I would need to put a solar panel, which would go in that spot, which then, as a side effect, would not really do anything. Okay, next one. Space dock. Solar, hydro, and then we're on to space. Okay, so it's going to be a slight variance on how many of each we have, but that should basically get us most of the percentile bonus, a lot of flat bonus. A lot of the interface bonus. And should be reasonably defendable altogether. So, no complaints there.
Where do you need me?
I think we're going to do Ireland next.
I'm here.
What's the op? Terminating the opposition.
Ready.
Oh, and the
We'll
EU is getting a little
restore
bit
peace to
rebellious,
this
so I need to
nation.
go stabilize it a bit. That's why we're working on welfare. Because we need to get, basically, we're eventually going to need to get the inequality in the EU to 1. I think that's the minimum value on that. Now we wait to see the benefits to those halves being built.
Nothing to note.
The people will come to our side.
Skunkworks is done. We're gonna need some skunkworks. Had been noted at some point. Costs a boost each, but it's going to provide 4 mission control. Or not 4, going to provide 4 control points. Although apparently we don't need them right now because I'm focusing too much on trying to get rid of the aliens, which is what's going on. Do the global listening network so we can track that alien down a little bit better. And then in the meantime, I need this base. This is going to be a good target. Xenology labs are going to replace at least one of them with a skunkworks. We already know we've got some built in Earth. So 1 skunkworks for a Xenology lab. Reasonably cost-effective to trade. We can turn to the list. Go to Mars. In fact, we know we've got 90% bonus, right? So, other than stacking them for the interface bonus in Earth orbit, Wait, if I have 90% bonus, that means I have 9 of them already in Earth orbit, right? So 1, 2, 3. Thought we got 8 here. Nope, we got 9. Yeah, so I literally do not need Xenology in Mars anymore. So those are prime targets for replacement. Replaced one there. Replaced one here. I think there's only the 2 sets there, obviously. But yeah, we'll replace these with Skunkworks so we can get some Project Gears. And of course, as soon as we get one of those done, we'll get our 3rd slot, which allows for more diversity bonus, which is also nice.
Mission in progress.
Things are stabilizing.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Ship launched. Medium Earth orbit. Join 17, and 17 is going to join 18. Technically, 18 can join 8. So we got a pretty violent fleet there. Doesn't have very much fuel efficiency, so it's got to be a little bit careful.
We've removed some threats.
Worst case scenario, I'll just get it stranded again. After winning.
Your orders? Targeting the opposition.
I'm here. Investigating alien site.
Reporting in. We'll see what we can find.
Persuasion. Tempted to grab stuff besides persuasion, but I think we're gonna grab persuasion on you right now. Okay. Confirm assignments, let time pass.
Nothing unusual found.
Ooh, critical failure. It probably knows we're following it right now. May have been detected by enemies. Yeah. You've probably been detected by the alien that you're
Public
trying to follow.
opinion is moving in our direction.
We found something.
Here's what we found.
We're in control here.
Very rapidly taking over Ireland. On board comes all the labs. Although, the labs are done. The HABs are not. HABs done finished on December 31st. We will play long enough to see those HABs come into effect, I believe. I'll intentionally
Ready
stretch
for
this a bit
orders.
long enough to do that. So we can see what the jump
Acknowledged.
is. We're currently pulling 1.9k. I think we'll be pulling much more after the detection will be done.
We'll make our appeal.
Reporting in. Removing our enemies.
Where to?
Oh, he's been picking up quite a few admin orgs, yeah.
Going in hot.
long-term assignments. Let some time pass. We're gonna wait basically a whole month here to get our research bonuses. Nano Factory will be wanting to upgrade construction
Tracking failed.
units to that. Failed it twice in a row. Okay. We're gonna have you stop tracking for a moment and do a go to ground because you're probably detected by like everybody at this point.
We've moved the needle.
We've moved the needle.
Target secured.
We are in control.
We are in control now. Last point in Ireland. Which is already in the EU, so as soon as we have the executive control, we can actually go ahead and merge it.
Ready to go. We must persuade the people.
Ready for orders. We're taking power.
At your service. Taking it
What was
to
the
them.
other alternative? Instead of
Ready
doing that
for my mission.
purge, do I go for the assassinate on the alien? 41%. Could just get rid of that alien. It's not bothering me right now, but I could get rid of it. Yeah, we should get rid of it.
I have them in my sights.
Standing by. I'll keep them safe.
Ready.
So if it doesn't go to ground, it's got a high probability of being very dead.
Hunkering down.
Okay, so before I build more stuff from the Earth docks, I should, probably upgrade the Earth docks. Take the time to do that after all.
Flight controllers gonna go for powered descent. Retro? No. Fido. Go. Guys, go. Control.
Here we go. So that should meet the power requirements. We probably want a hydroponic space. We'll put one in. Arguably, we actually want to be a farm, but we're not equipped to do that yet. Okay. Back to Earth.
Defending the VIP.
Initiating deep cover.
The cat is in the box. The cat is alive. The cat is dead. The cat is not in the box. All cats ever born are in the box. The box does not exist. The box is a cat. You are the cat. Superior Judith Howell. The truth. Delisted social media video.
And that's Judith Howell talking about Schrodinger's cat. She's not an expert on it, obviously. Quantum computing is completed by the initiative. Initiative has selected directed space research. I believe directed space research is required for like all the tier 3 research centers. Yeah. They all have other requirements, so it's not just hit directed space research and you have tier 3 labs. But all of them require this. So this is a linchpin. If you don't have this, you can't have tier 3 labs. Tier 3 labs are mostly about space efficiency, not resource efficiency. Is one thing to know. So if you just rush to high tier labs, you'll probably regret it. In fact, we're going to be appreciating the fact that the tier 1s are really, really cheap from an upkeep standpoint, because I want to spend most of the stuff on ships and not on research. So right now we're getting 1.9k. We'll see what that does once we get all the labs done. Should be soon.
It is only a matter of time before this rush for gold turns red. To staunch the flow of blood, other nations will send their own armed envoys. It is in our best interest to be gone before that happens. Director Khalid al-Ashgar overheard private conversation.
Own armed envoys, also known as Marines. Militarized space has been completed. The resistance is replaced with applied artificial intelligence. Is applied artificial intelligence one of the prerequisites for quantum encryption? No. And we're probably not going to need to cockroach. Well, we might need to cockroach. This might be how we get back into the game if I really screw up, but we're probably going to try not to make as much use of the automated stuff this time. We'll see.
Target down.
Target down. One less alien in the world. Alpha 4 is dead. Recovered a theropod alien's corpse.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Space Force basic training.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Farm. Yeah, we'll be wanting that. Fleet combatants. When it comes time to move off of the missiles, the torpedoes, fleet combatants in the battleship will be the way we go when we go shooting. Complete construction of the new orbital cores. All 8 of them. We've jumped from 1.9k to 2.3k with 8 habs of tier 1 research modules. So 400-ish research from 8 habs. Not bad. Although a lot of that is probably multipliers, so it won't be quite so easy to continue that expansion. Although you can look at the multipliers. We've got space on energy, we've got space on info. Most of the other ones we've already kind of stacked to the moon. Info we aren't stacked all the way up on because we don't have any on Mars. Energy we didn't get around to building on Mars. So those are the 2 that we need more of. Want to stack some more percentiles. And then, how long until we have those? Skunk Works done. February. I don't think I can stretch the episode that long. I think it's time to put a part break in. But those will also help a lot with research. The first one obviously gives us the next slot. And then everyone, I believe, provides 5% research bonus. Research bonus. Up until you have 10 of them, then it goes to... Is it 10 or is it 20 of them? It's a lot of them. And then it goes to a 3%, and then it goes to a 1%, that number again afterwards. And the 5% and 3% are for projects is really good, because it applies to all the projects, all 3 slots is 5%, and then 3%. So nice big bonuses. Probably better than the 5%, or the 5 flat we'd be getting per research lab basically at this point. With the exception of energy and info, where we haven't hit diminishing returns yet. But yeah, we're having more science. In fact, you're seeing we're reaching the point where we're now, without really having to focus on it, we're almost just taking control of slots, just passively putting 1 tick in it. Soon we will have control over the science and can direct it towards military applications. But yeah, we're doing well. We've sunk 1 alien ship. There hasn't been any aliens staying in Earth orbit long enough for us to mobilize a force to get rid of them. Most of them promptly crash into the planet. It's been what we've experienced, except for the 1. So there's one surveillance ship we shot down. The rest have been insertion ships that have just been fast enough to get inserted. Our space science should be continuing to improve. Although, again, depending upon how meta you're playing, I might not be tech. I'm definitely not tech rushing, right? You could definitely be pushing the tech harder than I am. But then I've been pushing to basically fight the aliens everywhere. And the aliens aren't in Earth orbit, they aren't on Mars orbit, and I'm getting real close to being ready for them just to be there. Thinking about it, ship classes. I should actually contemplate upgrading our guys, right? Because our guys have got better... don't have better power plant yet. Sorry. Better armor. Right, we got the armor upgrade. Nanotube is a thing now. As an argument with the nanotube, then I should up armor the front. Although for these old torpedo guys, if they're in a fight long enough that the frontal armor fails, their better armor is not going to help them. They're going to run out of torpedoes anyway. So we'll just slap the better armor on them as a design. Not going to immediately actually replace these, right? There's even an argument that we should go with less fuel. So we can make them faster by putting less fuel on them. Because they just need less fuel at this point. Yeah. That's the refit for the guys we just refitted. Maybe the reason we're not immediately going to turn around and refit them. Do the armor upgrade on these guys as well. Oh, and we can slap a utility module on these. And the better power plant. Oh, these don't even have a better radiator either. Nice. Technically, we could run 2 KPS on them. That'll be a little tight. Run the 3.8 because that's going to be fine. And yeah, this is definitely a situation where, like, yeah, these can run more armor. We can upgrade the armor on these. I don't have... I forgot to put my notes out for myself. I think it's... and probably the next tier. These might actually have enough armor that I could probably run. Well, actually, they can't go up to 22 because they don't have enough frontal armor thickness on them, so we'll run them at 10. So we'll upgrade to this. No one will probably get around to their butts, so the 1's probably worthless, but take that upgrade. Again, maybe not rush to upgrade those, because if those get blown up, I'm probably just going to accept they're blown up. And then the Liberator class, which we're actually building, can benefit from some of the same upgrades, mostly the armor. And yeah, technically this is a situation where we wanted to go up to probably the full 30 frontal. So this is like a main line major fight ship at this point. You can arrive at a station in under an hour. Brewing in the torpedoes. We still don't have targeting computer, which is what we're leaving that slot open for. But yeah, this is functional. This is highly functional. Liberator Block 2 class monitors. This is going to work out real well. We don't have battleships yet. When we get battleships, we're going to just slap all the railguns on. Just lots of railguns. They're going to be for situations where torpedoes don't work. We will fly up and be firing guns with the battleships when the torpedoes stop working. But the torpedoes stop working is going to take a while. Oh, you can see the mass savings on the armor. We improved the armor from 8 to 30 front, and we went from 6 to 5,000 tons. Yeah, that's an improvement. That's an improvement. That's just showing you the armor improvements. So yeah, we have some ship upgrades in the future. Although we're not doing them Earth because the shipyards at Earth are in the middle of upgrading, and we're not going to do it at Mars because the shipyards at Mars are currently building the ships that need to be upgraded. But yeah, I think we're in the state where we can try to hold all our orbits. We definitely don't have engines that can take us to the enemy. We are on the defensive, although we're a very angry guard dog at this point. It's probably a good way to describe our state of humanity. Might as well grab investigate on you. Go through counselors. Might as well. Okay. And then as far... Well, we just killed the alien we knew about.
At your service.
The other ones haven't made the mistake of getting detected yet. Yeah, it's Exus that we want to leave alone. So Portugal is a target.
Targeting the opposition.
At your service. Targeting the opposition.
At your
And then we send you hunting just random alien life forms. And this is though I've got an idea for
Gear up.
reminding myself for the next episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is where we're going to head to put the part break in for this one. There probably will be one up for you tomorrow. But this is the last one we're going to record in this recording session. We're up to 5 recordings in this recording session, assuming I didn't miscount. The stream schedule is going to be as follows. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this will have been what was recorded over the last couple days. So if you can't wait for the next stream, you can always hop over to Twitch and watch the Twitch VODs. They do stay up for about 14 days after we stream them live. Today was Terra Invicta. Tomorrow will be Darkest Dungeon. Friday, which is the day after tomorrow, will be Songs of Six. Sunday will be Subnautica. Subnautica Below Zero to be specific. Sunday will be Terra Invicta. So that's the next 4 days. We currently are on a 4-day, 4-game cycle. We did have a delay of 1 day, so some of the parts are being, or some of the games like this one today were 5-parters to make up for the fact that we were otherwise 1 day behind schedule. But that's the plan, is 4 parts a day, on average. The same 4-game cycling until we complete one of them. And yeah, I think we're making good progress in Terra Invicta. 6 years into the game. And we're making progress. We got a good Mars going, we got good Earth defense going. We've already blown up one alien ship. So now we can be very, very angry guard dogs for a while, and just whenever an alien shows up, we can blow him up until that bites us in the butt. But yeah, so Terra Invicta was today, Darkest Dungeon will be tomorrow, Songs of Six, Subnautica, and Terra Invicta. So that's the upcoming schedule. If you want any comments responded to, feel free to leave them. If you're watching on YouTube, I do try to respond to all the comments over there. I am streaming this live to Twitch under the username Willcall, and then I upload the local recordings to YouTube under the username Willcall100. The local recording should be in 1080p at 60 frames per second. Twitch sadly gets throttled with whatever the internet can provide at the time. It's supposed to be being encoded to be uploaded at 60 frames per second at 1080p. However, it's set to reduce the stream quality to keep 60 frames per second if the internet can't keep up. So if it isn't 1080p on your end, that's why, if you're watching it on Twitch. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD and you want a comment responded to, feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel. The run has been going long enough that you can probably leave comments at least somewhere on the existing run. If you're watching live now on Twitch, I will leave the stream up for about a minute after I end the YouTube video, which I am about to do. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part and or stream, and bye for now.